Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to show you my greenhouse here in around the San Francisco Bay Area, California. I wanted to show you the pros and cons of having a greenhouse here and kind of what I've done. Show you my mistakes and things we'll improve on, and just some general stuff that I've done here, so you could take what I've done and maybe put it in your greenhouse, or make changes, or just use it as useful information. So let me just show you. That's my greenhouse. It's 10 feet wide by 20 feet long. It has a peak height of 9 feet. It's a polytunnel hoop house. I have a shade cloth over the top of it right now. As you can see, that's a 30% white shade cloth. Currently right now it is November, beginning of November. It's been pretty warm. I put the shade cloth on in October to cut down some of the heat inside there. It was getting really hot. It was getting over 112 degrees in there, so needed some shade. I'm not sure that 30% was quite enough, but I didn't want a black one, so I decided to try this out and see what's going on. I do have exhaust fans, and it is a 2-layer poly tunnel, so I've got a inflation system inside of it, and I'll show you that. But anyways, that's pretty much the gist of it. I built it with the cheapest stuff I could find from Home Depot, cheapest materials possible when I had to source them locally, except for when I had to buy, professional greenhouse materials. So that's pretty much it. You can see it's right out in front. I've got a potato, doing a bucket potato. It's my first go around at that. Purple potatoes, kind of fond of those. In any case, I don't own this place. I'm renting it now. I sold my place, so I didn't want this thing to be permanent. I didn't want to get too carried away. I tried to cultivate and do row cropping here on the ground, but this soil is so rocky and so nutrient deficient, it was just going to be a waste of time. So I went with this system, and I'll kind of show you what I've done here. But let's do a walk around real quick. This is my polytunnel. Again, as you can see, the shade cloth, I used wiggle wire and base and channel. You can kind of see that. And then to hold down my shade cloth, it came with clips, and I just used electrical pull string to kind of lace it through and draw it tight. I've got it pretty much all the way around, but I got wiggle wire all the way around the base, and you can't really see. I'll show you on the other side, but it goes up over the end hoops all the way around, and it comes down. This is the north end of my greenhouse. You can kind of hear the fans running. Those are my 2 vents. So I had the shade cloth pulled over this end, just kind of draped down and so forth. But we'll walk around here a little bit. I got both fans running right now on exhaust. Here's the back side. This is the east side. So this is my morning sun side. I don't really have the shade cloth pulled all the way down on this side. Not really necessary. So I just got it tied off, nice and tight. With the 2 layers in the shade cloth, I really won't have any problems with wind blowing this thing apart. So anyway, that's the east side. We'll walk around to the north side, the cold side. This is where I do my air intake, got my door, and all my structural components. Let's see if you can see. I have a 18 by, I'm going to say it's a 12 by 18 or 18 by 14, something to that degree, for my intake, and I actually have a fan on that. And then I have this Home Depot screen door, storm door thing. It's got sliding glass. It's almost a full screen door, except for that bottom section. What that does is I can take the panels out, slide them up and down, close them. Makes a pretty good seal, and it's got weather stripping. It was really easy to install. As you can see here, I used I did a post in the very center of my greenhouse, and just did a cross type situation there. So that keeps my greenhouse tight. I have a steel EMT purlin going across the middle to keep pressure on them, and I just buried this thing on the ground about 2 feet. I did not use concrete. I used a ton of rocks here. You can see them all over the ground. I just used local rocks, and I've been setting posts like that lately with just river rock, drain rock, and things like that. What I found is that concrete will trap moisture and you'll rot out posts, and so I've been using a lot of rock post fences. And to be honest with you, they're just about as strong as concrete. They don't move, they don't rot my posts, and I can pretty much get rocks cheaper than I can do concrete. It's just a lot less time consuming, it's a lot less messy, it's safer for the environment, all that stuff. So I use rocks, and so that's what these posts are in rocks. These are 12-foot posts that I just buried and then chopped the tops off of. So anyways, that's the door. Not much else I can show you other than the wiggle wire on the end, and I think I've got about 3 layers under this one channel at the end, so that's about max. 4 layers it'll work, but it kind of gets difficult after 3 layers. So anyway, so let's just kind of go inside. I'll show you there.